This is W2FJH. We'll be starting the STNY digital voice net here in just about 5 minutes. We do have NetLogger up and running for those folks who wish to check in early for NetLogger. You can find NetLogger at netlogger.org. We also do have Google Meet up and running. So if you wish to join us on Google Meet, you can find the link at STNYDMR.net. So we'll see you folks in just about 5 minutes, sir. This is W2FJH. This is W2FJH, bringing up the STNY Digital Voice Net on Brandmeister Talk Group 31367, Wires X Room 83721, and live stream to Google Meet and YouTube. The primary purpose of the STNY Digital Voice Net is to help foster an active digital voice community in the southern tier of New York, and to provide a forum for those that are interested or have questions regarding various digital voice topics. While this net is primarily for the southern tier, all stations are more than welcome to check in. This net meets weekly on Sundays at 7 p.m. For more information about this net, please visit STNYDMR.net. This net will prioritize short-time, mobile, in-and-out, or emergency power stations. We currently do have 3 stations checked in through NetLogger, so the net would like to recognize N2QFD Mail, K3BYC Carlton, N3 OJP Mick, and I see N2 NRA Cliff just joined in, so he'll be checked in as well. All right, when checking in, please give your call sign, your name, and your location. So first, let's take a standby for any stations that are short time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there, so let's open it up for any station that would like to join the STNY Digital Voice Net this evening. Please call now.
Net control, please copy N3DQD. Net control, NE2W.
All right, and we have N3DQD Ray and NE2W Ed. Were there any other stations to join this evening? Please call now.
KD3AJN.
All right, we also have KD3AJN Anna. All right, let's kick things off. If there's any announcements for the net this evening, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. I just wanted to thank, as an announcement, I just want to thank Mal and Mick for covering for me the last 2 weeks. One I was out on a little vacation, and one I had no power here. So thank you both for covering the net the last 2 weeks there. All right, going on for questions. If there's any questions for the net this evening, please call now. All right, nothing heard there either, so we will move in for comments there. The net topic this evening, we are talking about AI. Are you using it? What AI are you using? And has it worked out for you, or has it let you down in some ways? So top of my list is N2QFD Mail. How was your week?
Good evening, Frank, and good evening to the net. Pretty good week here. Uh, Solar conditions have been a little rough, so HF radio has been kind of not so great, but we're making the most of it and had some fun playing the VHF stuff. In fact, looking forward to next Wednesday, there's going to be a balloon launch experiment carrying some APRS and slow scan television out of the Copernic. So if that's caught your attention, I've got some details posted at 7.3 net. And with AI, yes, it has let me down. I am not worried about a robot takeover anytime soon. Most recently, I learned it cannot handle analog time or time in general very well. I wanted it to generate me a clock face, and it failed miserably. Um, I tried the big three: Grok, Gemini, and Chat GTP with all the same terrible results. So we'll turn it back to net control and see who else has had fun with the machines. This is N2QFD.
Hey, very good there, Mal. And yes, there was actually an announcement I forgot to make as well. Thanks for bringing up about the balloon launch on Wednesday. Mal does have some good information on 7, so if you were interested in that, head on over to 73. It's 7 spelled out, SEVEN, numeric number 3.net. So, all right, very good. All right, next on my list is K3BYC Carlton. How was your week?
This is K3BYC, Carlton in Darlington, Maryland. Good evening, Frank. Thanks for checking the net, and good evening to everyone who has checked in. I'm glad you got the power failure taken care of. I mean, the guys took care of it. It was kind of a short list, and we did it the old-fashioned way without NetLogger, but we got through, and it was a very good net there. So we missed you, and glad that things are back on track there. Busy week ham radio wise. Harford County Aries Races Group. We Tuesday we participated with the National Night Out event, which is kind of that's a nationwide law enforcement event, which invites other emergency services and community organizations and businesses to get together for various PR events and demonstrations. So our Aries Races Group, I guess, including setup time, I think we spent a good 6 hours out there, and we had excellent response for people who wanted to know what we did, and we gave out a lot of giveaway materials. And, we encouraged them to do a lot of listening, so we showed them how to download the Broadcastify app to get them started, and then some VE testing information. So we're very pleased with that. And then Thursday we had a regular meeting. I'm going to reset. So we're real happy with that. So regarding AI, I haven't gone out and specifically used it, but since I have one of the newer Android uh, phones, it tends to use AI on anything you look up. Yeah, and you know, it's to me, it's one of those deals, garbage in, garbage out. It's possible to overload it and then not feed it enough, but it's not always accurate, and so it's got to have all the information. Otherwise, it's not going to give you a satisfactory result. It's an overall average Google search, maybe not quite as good as the old way, but it seems like the Google search engine, at least on Androids, are using AI, but you look up something, it may not have all the data there. So yeah, garbage in, garbage out. So that's your input really determines the quality there, or what's available there. That's all I have. Everybody have a great week. This is K3BYC. Back to net control.
Hey, very good there, Carlton. And yeah, sounds like you did have a busy week. And you reminded me, man, I haven't brought up Broadcastify in quite a while there. So maybe I'll have to listen in and surf around a little bit again on that. And yep, I do see that as well. Whenever I try to Google something, their Gemini AI pops up as a top result there, and sometimes it gives a good little summary. Instead of me actually clicking in the links and then reading it there and then coming back and checking somewhere else, it kind of gave me the summary and saved me a couple minutes from doing that. So, yep. All right, very good there. So, all right, next on my list is N3OJP. Mick, how was your week?
Good evening, Frank. Everybody on the net tonight. Well, a little resting early on in the week. Last week I was busy with my daughter's wedding on Saturday. Well, even the days before that. And Sunday, we had a brunch for the whole families. So, yeah, then the latter part of the week just trying to get caught up with a few things. So I didn't make it up north. And my wife's got a test tomorrow. She has to go in for not it's a bone density thing. And then we got some other things going on this week. My calendar gets scheduled for me anymore. Jeez, I'm gonna have to go on vacation or something. As far as AI, I don't know if I've used it. I haven't seen it specifically, so I definitely use the internet. So I'm not sure. I am reading the 7.3 announcement here for the balloon, but it's going to go up 100,000 feet, and I'll have 145.6 on. Maybe I'll be able to pick up something from it. At that altitude, might be able to get some pictures or something. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, good luck with that. And they want you to track the flight and download images and send them in. So that'll be good. Other than that, that's about it. Getting caught up on some reading and watching some Little League Baseball and the Pony League. Oh, that's on right now. As well as I always listen to the Cleveland ball teams in Pittsburgh. So I like baseball, needless to say. Frank, I'll turn it back to you. W2FJH and 30JP.
Hey, very good there, Mick, and congratulations to the daughter there. And yeah, Little League baseball. Maybe I got to get into apparently some other sport because I'm still waiting for hockey to start back up again. So, but all right, very good there. And yeah, usually when you Google something, usually the top results, or at least for me, I see that it gives me a Gemini, AI summary of different articles and stuff like that. And you may not even notice it, but at least it pops up for me. A lot of my searches there. So, all right, very good. Next on my list is N2NRA. Cliff, how was your week?
This is N2NRA with the group, and hope everybody's doing well. Going to be a busy week coming up. Not sure if I'm going to be able to catch the balloon launch thing going on there. My sister from Denver will be leaving then, and other things going on. I hope it, and also so it might be a 45% chance of rain. We need some rain. Things are getting a bit dry. And Frank, the Penny Saver has been printing for the past 2 weeks about the power outages that they say is coincidental. It happens to be only on Sunday. Amazing how that works. So, anyways, about AI, I'm not sure what other applications. I do see, I guess on YouTube TV, there's some applications that they use to create some caricatures. I guess about the only thing with that. And I think, okay, refresh there. Let's see. I guess N3DQD was asking Mel about the gliders, and the last time I flew a glider was with Mel, and that was August 1st, 1998, at altitude of 5,300 feet for an hour and 26 minutes. So, otherwise, kind of gave up on going in circles. This is N2NRA, back to net control, W2FJH.
Hey, very good there, Cliff. And yeah, we could, at least I don't recall when last time we had a rain day, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I just been so swamped here. I gotta actually get out and make sure I mow the lawn before we start getting that rain for a whole week and stuff again, like we've been getting. And yeah, the power outages are a little weird because even on Sunday it wasn't It wasn't like an out and then it was done. It was actually going on the whole day where it would cut out and 1 or 2 minutes later it'd come back on. And I'm like, that's not a down tree or a down line or something. They're tinkering with something. It seems like because you don't keep getting short 1 or 2 minute outages throughout the day on and off. Unless they're actually working on something. So I don't know. I've heard the same thing that the village apparently keeps saying that it's on Sundays for the last several weeks. So not really sure what NICEAG is doing out there. So, all right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital VoiceNet. Before I get to my next station, let's take a quick standby to see if there's any additional stations that will join this evening. Please call now.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray Scott from Sayre.
All right, and then I would like to also recognize KC3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray Scott from Sayre. All right, next on my list is N3DQD. Ray, how was your week?
W2FJH in the net. This is N3DQD. Well, we had a pretty good week overall. Had a very enjoyable conversation with Mel here a few days back about the sailplanes. And Anna and I will be going up to your part of the country in about 2 weeks. And one of the things we're going to do while we're up there is to go over to Harris Hill and take some glider rides. That's part of what we're going to be doing while we're there. As far as the AI, we have a real interesting use for AI here, and we actually use it quite often. We have a phone app called Seeing AI, and it is, you use the camera feature on your phone, and the AI generates what that camera is seeing. And it's really good for describing people and things around you that you want to know what's there. But Friday I was browning off ground meat for chili, and I was able to use that feature to tell if the meat was brown or if it still had some pink, and it told me when I was getting the fat cooked out of it, etc. So that was I really embraced the AI. Back to that, this is N3DQD.
Hey, very good there, Ray. And yeah, definitely a good area for AI to learn and adapt and everything with, and definitely could see that being very helpful. I've never tried it myself, so yeah, that's actually a very good that it can actually tell from like ground beef whether it's brown or still some pink and everything in there to tell you if it's fully cooked or not. That's definitely it seems a little more advanced than what I thought it would be at. So, all right, next on the list is NE2W. Ed, how was your week?
Hey, good evening, Frank, and everybody on the net. I had a good week. Last week was even better. I got a call Wednesday late, about 11 o'clock at night. My son got 2 tickets to the Yankees game and wondered if I wanted to get up at 6 o'clock and drive to New York City to catch the afternoon game last Thursday. At first I said no, and then he said, if you don't go with me, I'm going by myself. And the fatherly instinct said to me, well, you're not going by yourself, I'll go with you. We went, we had a great time, the Yankees won. All I could say, best day ever. Rain delay in the middle of the game lasted about 2.5 hours. That was okay. It just gave us a chance to
tour the stadium and get some more food to eat. So it was good overall. I hope your power stays on. I know the past few Sundays, Nice Egg's been having trouble with a circuit there in South Owego. A lot of overgrown trees and branches, and with the warm weather, the wet vegetation has caused problems in those areas. I want to say South Owego, near the Coburn Free Library, East River Street, down in that area. But I'm glad to see it didn't act up this Sunday. It was getting to be a regular occurrence, and we missed hearing from you, Frank. Let me catch a breath here. Well, I use AI quite a bit, have for a long time. Recently, it got a lot better. Chat GPT 5's now, Chat GPT 4 went away, and they replaced it with the much better Chat GPT 5. It doesn't make up stuff like Chat GPT 4 did. And I use Copilot. The Microsoft's Copilot, which uses ChatGPT underneath. Really helpful. The Elmira Ham Fest was coming up next month, and I didn't have a poster, and they didn't have a poster. They had last year's poster, but all the information on it was graphical, so it's not like I could, replace the text over it. Well, I threw the image into Copilot and said, can you update this? Can you make it the 50th anniversary and change the date to September 27th? Well, it took the poster that I had, and it did it, and it did it perfectly. It took some time. It crunched on it for quite a while, but I've had great luck with that. Instead of writing a web page from scratch, I said I need a web page to redirect the user to another web page in 5 seconds. Bang, it wrote the HTML code, and all I had to do was put it on the one page of code, put it on the server. Well, of course, let me catch a breath here. I guess that jogged my memory. The most important thing I want to say about it is it's a tool for somebody that knows already what they're doing. I've had several people use it to write code who don't know software to begin with, and I'm sure it gave them the output, and they didn't understand it, and it didn't work. I understood it. It saved me from starting with a blank page. It gave me the page, and then I merely read through it and quickly changed the things I wanted to fine-tune it, so to speak. So I think it works great that way. I don't know that it'll replace people, but it's a time saver. It's almost like a second set of eyes, if you will, and you need that. You still got to review it and make sure it's right. It's a helper. It's not a replacement at this stage. Like at the YMCA in Ann Arbor, Michigan, they have 7 cameras that watch all the swimmers, all of them. It watches them all the time. And if it detects something funny, the lifeguard has a smartwatch on to let them know where to look in the pool. Because it's an awful hard job for a lifeguard. There's 30 people in the pool, for example, to make sure everyone is okay, because it's pretty silent when somebody goes under. But anyway, I didn't mean to ramble on so long. Good to hear everybody, and hope you have a good week. We'll have to check out that balloon launch. Back to you, Frank. This is NE2W.
Hey, no problem there, Ed. And yeah, sounds like you had a lot of fun at the Yankees game. And yeah, maybe a little extra time to let you know, like to travel down to New York City and stuff would have been nice, I guess. But yes, I also do hear what you're saying. I think image and video generation through AI has just been incredibly exponential growth in it's from what we had before, these small artifacts and things like that, you could kind of tell just by looking at the picture, like, hey, somebody doesn't have 6 fingers or something. That they're getting less and less occur. They're less likely to occur now. They're getting more advanced, and it is getting more difficult now to tell the difference between an AI generated image or that of just a picture that somebody actually took. So both very good that, hey, I can make a picture that does this and do this, but also a little scary that we might actually have to use AI to detect if images or videos actually occurred or if they were generated by AI. So, but all right, very good there. All right, next on my list is KD3AJN. Anna, how was your week?
Hello, Frank, and everyone else on the net tonight. My week's been busy. It's been like that for most of the summer. I've been up helping take care of my grandchildren, so I've missed several of the nets this summer. But I was glad to be here tonight. As far as AI, we use the Be My Eyes app, which has a product detector. And so we can go into the cupboard and pull out a can and let the phone look at the can and get the barcode, and it'll tell us what it is. So now we don't have to have mystery food. So that's one of the uses we do of AI. Everybody, and in the freezer too. Everybody have a good week and take care. KD3AJN.
Hey, very good there, Anna. And yeah, I might have to actually look into that app. I'm not sure if it's a free app or a paid app. It kind of sounds like since it's that advanced that it might be a paid app. But I'll definitely take a peek at it there and give it a shot. But yeah, that's definitely an area that AI could definitely help out people with. So. All right. Next on my list is KC3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray. Scott from Sarah. How was your week, Scott?
This is KC3WVX. Hello, everybody on the net. Well, I did some camping Thursday and Friday. Came home, and I got a Yaesu radio here a week or so ago for FusionNet, and I wanted to make another antenna for it, so I threw together a little homebrew and currently have it hanging in my attic up in the peak of the roof, and it seems to be working well. I'm sitting here waiting for this net to start, and I'm looking at my hotspot, and I'm seeing activity, but nothing's coming over my radio. So I start digging into the settings for this particular group, and somehow I had the frequencies punched in wrong. So I corrected them, and then everything's working now. Now I'm going to have to look to make sure I have all of them programmed right. But been a busy day today. I took care of my dad's lawn, and let me let this drop. Came back home, worked on cleaning the pool. It's been a decent weekend. Busy, but been a decent weekend. As far as AI goes, when GPT first came out, I played with it a little bit, but haven't really purposely used it for anything. Haven't really purposely used AI. I mean, there's instances where different programs in your computer and stuff are using AI. And like you guys talked about with the videos and the pictures and stuff, it's getting so much better. It's getting hard to tell the real from the fake. You do see some artifacts sometimes, things that, like extra fingers and stuff like that. But it's it's cool, but it's concerning at the same time that people might be using AI like for school, colleges, writing reports, things like that.
Oh, I think you might have dropped out there, Scott. We just got the schools and colleges writing reports, and then it went silent for me. But give it another go there.
I think my finger slipped off the transmit button there. I noticed that as I was talking, but yeah, I just it's just concerning that people are using it to do term papers and reports rather than doing it themselves. I really don't know how prevalent that is. I'm sure it is happening, and I guess there is software and ways they can run it through stuff to detect certain artifacts that are left in the reports, or I don't know all the details of it. Just be great if it just becomes a useful thing and not a disuseful thing. I guess. I guess that's all I got. This is KC3WVX. Back to the net.
Yeah, very good there, Scott. And yeah, kind of similar to what I was saying. Like, if you want to make a picture about a tiger on a snowy mountain with a blue moon in the background, or it just you just type that in, and hey, there it goes. It creates this whole thing. But then when you get into other pictures, it's getting too realistic that you can't really tell if this was a real picture, a fake picture, things along those lines. And that's kind of the scary part about it. It's great to to make some of these things, but yeah, when you can't tell the difference between real and fake, that's a bad thing there. So. And I've reached the end of my list here, but I just wanted to say I do know. I mean, a lot of the AI, I know there's actually great advancements in it. For me personally, I know one of the AI areas that I'm not a big fan of is a lot of companies now are using AI for chatbots for the companies or for like HR. Um, and if you go to, I mean, not to pick on anyone in particular, but if you go onto Bridgecom's website for our radios, and you actually click on their help, and you try to ask any specific, very specific question to it, it just kind of says, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about." So, there's definitely room for improvement there, and I think a lot of companies just kind of jump on and say, "Hey, we have a digital AI assistant," and they're not really that much invested into actually learning and learning exactly what your customers want instead of they just kind of give a generic response whenever you ask any sort of detailed question. Um, those types of things kind of annoy me. It's like I'd rather just talk to somebody on the phone than if this can't answer my questions. So, but all right. This is W2FJH with the STNY Digital Voice Net. I have reached the end of my list, so let's see if there's any additional stations out there that would like to join this evening. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. So let's open it up for any additional stations or any stations that have checked in with additional comments, questions, or concerns. Please call now.
Here is N2QFD with an additional for you.
Yeah, N2QFD mail. Fire away with your additional. Sorry about that. Not sure if the last transmission went out there. But yeah, N2QFD mail. Fire away with your additional there. All right, nothing heard on my end. Maybe I might be having some technical difficulties or something there. But let's again open it up for any additional comments, questions, or concerns, or any late check-ins. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. So let's give Mel one more round here to see if he's back. N2QFD. He's asking if I lost power. Apparently he is not hearing me. If everybody else can hear me, fine. Hopefully I'm making the round trip there. But we'll give it one more go round for N2QFD Mel with your additional.
Here is N2QFD.
Yeah, take it away there, Mel, if you can hear me.
QFD. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for holding it for me. One other thing I've played with artificial intelligence was doing deed plots. Working in survey, I thought it's straightforward. It's just geometry. Try to solve for this property outline, and it took 9 iterations and still could not justify how it came to its answer for me. Much like Ed said, it's a slide ruler. You have to know where you're going with it, and I tend to treat it like an intern and don't give it anything harder than that. With NICEAG, I thought I'd pass along. The electrical side did demo a tool for me the other day. They have a unit they can throw in where a fuse continues to pop. They can set it for a certain number of triggers, and sometimes they'll throw those in if they're waiting for vegetation to burn off a line, so you will have periodic blackout brownouts that roll. But as was said, let's hope they've got that cleared up. You're in a different division than mine, so my guys don't really know anything about what's going on down there. This is N2QFD. Thanks for running the net, Frank.
Hey, very good there, Mel. And yeah, that's actually a good way of putting it, as treating it as if it was like an intern. Good information there, but you kind of double check and verify before you put anything out there. So it's a good point. And nice to know about what NICEAG is doing there. Yeah, it was just it would go out for like a minute or two, and it'd come right back on. Usually around here, I don't get that. Usually we just get the power outages and. The tree is down, power goes out, and it's out for a couple hours. Like we don't usually get the 1 or 2 minute quick outages and back. So it just kind of seemed like they were kind of repairing or fixing something at the time, and it wasn't something natural that a line actually got down. So. All right, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital VoiceNet. We will give one more final call here for any additional comments, questions, concerns, or any very late check-ins. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there, so we might as well wrap things up here. I also did want to mention KE2FFE. John was also in the Google Meet. I will also check him in onto the list here before I take off there. But obviously with Google Meet you can't transmit. So thanks, John, for joining as well. All right. I'd like to thank Mal, Carlton, Nick, Cliff, Ray, Ed, Anna, John, and Scott for joining this evening. We'll be returning this talk group back to normal amateur radio use. Everybody have a great and safe week there. This is W2FGH, and I'll be listening.